Are there monsters, challenges that stand in the way of you becoming all that you know you can be? You know that somehow, with God's help, you just need a little push to become the very best you that you can. That's what the Way of the Warrior Saint is. It's a library filled with teachings to help us as we battle our monsters, striving to become the very best men and women that we can be, to become warrior saints. Access to the Way of the Warrior Saint library, it's only $8 a month. That's it. There's nothing to prohibit you from joining this moment. But today, we decided to offer a lesson from the library for free so you could see exactly what it is we do and then make your own decision if the Way of the Warrior Saint is for you. Enjoy the video and we'll see you on the other side.
Hey Warrior Saints, Father Chris here, and welcome to the Way of the Warrior Saint, where we unleash great by living a crucifixional life. Today, we're going to talk about how does a gentleman treat a lady? And to do so, we've come here to the Capitol Grill in Scottsdale, Arizona for our demonstration. And we're also bringing in a guest star, the most awesome of all guest stars, my beautiful bride, and the love of my life. She's going to show us what it means to be a lady, and I'm going to try and give it a shot to show you what it means to be a gentleman and how a gentleman treats and behaves with a lady. And besides, you get to see my wife. Gorgeous. Society has worked really hard at making men and women equal. And that's a good thing. Men and women are equal, should be equal. But no matter how much we want to argue about that, we don't want to lose sight of the fact that men and women are different. And that's not a bad thing. That's an awesome thing. That's a great thing. I mean, men and women are different and should be different. And we love that because we get to celebrate those differences between the two genders. Because we have tried to make women and men equal, it doesn't mean that we lose respect for them. It doesn't mean that we stop honoring them as our perfect partner, our perfect counterpart, the one who completes us. Treating a lady with respect does not imply weakness. It shows my great reverence, love, and honor for her. And so now we come to today's biblical point on the Way of the Warrior Saint. In Ephesians chapter 5, St. Paul writes the following. He says, "Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it." Right? So he's telling us, all right, dudes, you want to love your wives, do it the way Christ did the church. Do it the way Christ loved the church. That's by being crucifixional, sacrificing ourselves, and putting the other in a higher position than myself. That's what crucifixional means. That's what Christ did for us on the cross. It means putting other persons, other people, in an elevated position above myself. And so in order to do that, if we're going to treat ladies as ladies, we have to put them in positions above us, respecting them, not exposing any weakness that they may or may not have, but putting them in places of honor. And to that point about weakness, you know, guys, we should probably not be so arrogant about that, because let me tell you, I have come to learn, you know, over the course of my life, that most of the time our ladies are not only not weaker than us, they're stronger than us, they're smarter than us, usually better than us, right? So it's not about exposing any of their weaknesses. It's about elevating, respecting, honoring, and loving them. And so now we come to today's practical point on the Way of the Warrior Saint. And to do that, we're going to show you some of the more traditional ways that gentlemen show ladies respect. A gentleman always opens the door for a lady. When walking with a lady, a gentleman always offers his arm. He doesn't loop, he offers and she loops, like this. As opposed to looping in like this. Do you see the difference? I don't loop, I offer, the lady loops. Let's look at that from behind again. A gentleman offers, a gentleman doesn't loop. So when a gentleman walks with a lady, he offers that arm to give her stability and support. Not that she necessarily needs it, but as a polite gesture. When walking with a lady on the street, the gentleman, as we noted before, offers the arm and always walks on the outside of the street, not allowing the lady to be on the curbside. The gentleman is always on the curbside. When entering any establishment, a gentleman always opens the door for the lady, stepping aside, allowing her to go through first, and he follows behind her. He doesn't go in before her, nor does he open the door, allowing himself to go in first to hold the door open from the inside. Always, the gentleman opens the door, steps aside, and allows the lady to walk through first. When approaching the table to be seated, a gentleman always pulls out the chair for the lady and then escorts her in. So when ordering your meal at a restaurant, the gentleman always defers and allows the lady to order first.
Yes, I will start with the wedge salad, and I will have the filet mignon.
When at the table and the lady needs to excuse herself, the gentleman always stands up with her, waits till she leaves, and then sits back down.
Would you pardon me for a moment?
Of course. The inverse is true when the lady returns to the table. As the lady returns to the table, it's just like the original seating. He stands with her, pulls her chair out, and then pushes it back in for her.
Thank you.
When having a conversation with a lady, a gentleman always does a few things, and he does them very well. The first thing is that he always looks her directly in the eye. Making strong eye contact is the sign of confidence. It's the sign of a strong and passionate and confident young man. The second thing, a gentleman always listens to the lady. Listening. It's one of the most important aspects of communication between two human beings that we can have, is to listen. One of the things I found to be effective, because if you're like me, when someone says something and it triggers a thought, your immediate reaction is always to jump in and share your thoughts. I'd like to offer to you something that a good friend of mine shared with me, and it's something I call the 3-second rule. I've noticed with this dear friend of mine that when in a conversation, if somebody says something and somebody's talking, he stops after the thought for a count of 3. It's almost sometimes uncomfortable because you never know when he's coming in, but he stops for a count of 3 to make sure the speaker's thought, their line of reasoning was done, and then he responds. So all of that to say, when you're listening and talking with a lady, listen. Don't anticipate how you're going to respond. Listen to the fullness of her thought. And the last thing, as far as what topics you would talk about, probably most important for anyone's life, but especially for a lady, is to talk about her. Be interested in her, not in a fake sense, not in a false sense, but in a real and genuine, true sense. Show interest and concern and delight in learning about her life, her dreams, her thoughts, her hopes, her fears. And I promise you, it'll go a million miles. So now we've talked a little bit about some of the things we should do to treat a lady with respect and honor. Now we're going to talk about some of the things that we should not do to show a lady respect and honor. And one of the very fundamental things that a gentleman does not do is to cuss or curse in front of a lady. I understand that today's society and our language is a lot more lax than it was maybe one generation ago. But regardless of how comfortable we've become with language, it's still not polite, it's still not respectful, and it still doesn't show honor to be flippant with our tongue and to cuss and be crass with our language in front of a lady. The second thing, really, really important, we do not ever talk about our lady, our girlfriend, our wives, our mothers, our sisters, any lady that we want to show with respect. We do not talk about them. We do not make fun of them to other people, especially to our friends. You know, sometimes it's like, oh, guys, let me tell you a story about my girlfriend or my wife, blah, blah, blah. We don't do that. Gentlemen don't make fun of their wives. Gentlemen don't make fun of their spouses. Gentlemen don't make fun of their girlfriends, their sisters, their mothers. Gentlemen do not make fun of ladies, period. Number 3, and this one's tough, maybe a little uncomfortable, but gentlemen don't ever look at ladies as though they're somehow just a piece of meat just for sex. This isn't good. This is a human being you're talking about. It's a person who is, that you are bringing into your life and that you are treating with respect and honor. If that person is someone who you want to give respect to and you want to give honor to, how could you then look at someone, another human being, who is just there in your mind to serve a sexual function? It just doesn't work. Gentlemen don't do that with ladies. Instead, gentlemen treat ladies with great respect, great reverence, with great love. I would even say with great awe. Think about it like this. Like imagine, many of you guys probably have cars now. Like how awesome is my first car, the new car? We wash it, we keep it clean, we wax it, we make sure that it's always got gas. We don't want any dings on it, no scratches on it. We treat this car, this is our car, with great respect, awe. I mean, and like nobody mess with my car. If we treat our car like that, would we not also want to treat a lady like that? Would we not also want to treat a lady with even greater and higher reverence and higher honor than a car? I mean, come on, man, a car is just a thing. It's awesome, but it's just a thing. This is a lady we're talking about. We treat her with the highest respect, the highest admiration, giving ourselves completely and sacrificially to her, because this is the other person who completes us, making us whole. You know what this person does? This person completes us. This person challenges us, bringing out of us great, helping us unleash great on the world. This is our partner. This is not even a car that we may love. This is someone beyond that. And so if we offer that great respect to a car, would we not want to offer even greater respect, greater admiration, and greater honor to our lady? I think you know the answer is yes. We don't want to be that guy who's some jerk who you know, people talk about, oh, he's such a jerk to ladies and he's a player and treats them bad. We don't want to be that guy. That guy's done, man. That guy's over. He's of no value. Let that guy go. Be a gentleman. Do it today. I know you can do this, right? Like I try to treat my bride, my wife, Allison, with the greatest of respect. She is the top of my life. She is the pinnacle. Everything that I want to be is to be like her. Everything I do for her. Every honor, every respect I offer is for her and for her well-being. Not because she's weak. She's stronger than I am. She's better than I am and she's smarter than I am. But because I love her and I respect her and I honor her. And I know that I have in her my perfect partner. Therefore, all I want to do is honor. All I want to do is love. All I want to do is respect. So I know you guys can do that too. It's not just me. I'm nothing special. You can do that too. So take all these tips. Here's what I want you to do. Let's end with this. I want you to go to warriorsaints.org/resources and go to the resource page. Download for free the doc that goes with this, the resource supplement that goes with this, and go through all of these things that we talked about, all of these things that we talked, and start today, right this minute, not tomorrow. Don't think about it. Start today and start treating our ladies like ladies. Right? Be a gentleman. Be a gentleman. All right, Warrior Saints, until next time, keep walking on the way of the Warrior Saint.
Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Look, if you too want to become a Warrior Saint, it's really simple. Visit warriorsaints.org and subscribe to the Way of the Warrior Saint. It's really easy. It's only $8 a month, and you have unlimited access to the entire database in the library. That means you can watch all of the videos as many times as you like. Join us today. Become exactly who you are supposed to be, and we'll see you on the Way of the Warrior Saint.